Before we even get started.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
We got to tell everybody.
You got to tell everybody what? We have nothing to tell everybody.
That normally we don't have guests in the lobby.
Oh boy.
We usually don't have a studio audience, but today we do.
Here we go.
You've brought your friends. You have kinksters.
I bring guests with me now wherever I go.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm not going to blow anybody's cover.
Yeah.
And everybody probably thinks I'm lying.
No,
before we went live, look, I'm looking at her right now.
Yeah.
There's one of them there.
Yeah.
And she's smiling.
Yeah, I bring guests.
I just met this person. I've never met her before. But in all the controversy about our sex cult, I figured it was time.
There's a reason why I agreed to accept the position when you and Melissa offered it to me.
Right.
It's because I'm a sex addict. That's
now we can all get the fuck over it.
That's actually true. Yeah, it's true.
So
I deal with my issues in life by overindulging. Some people choose drugs. I do not choose drugs.
The cat is out of the bag and in the studio today.
Why is it always got to be a little pussy?
In the studio today, we have somebody right now. One of your kinksters is here in the studio.
We do.
Today. And everyone probably thinks that this is...
Is that the name of his entourage? The
Kinksters?
I haven't named it, but evidently it is now. It is.
JT and the Kinksters?
Yes.
That sounds like a sitcom.
No, it sounds like a...
I need my own OnlyFans.
No, I was going to say, that sounds like a campsite name. JT
You know you motherfuckers would pay my OnlyFans fee. You know you would.
They can't see...
Especially Geo, you fucking creep.
They can't
All right,
see...
let's go.
They can't see your kinksters on the other side. They don't know.
We can't show that. That's only for OnlyFans.
And here's the thing. You can give her the microphone anytime to prove that she's in there for all. If the audience members...
You don't have to say or do anything.
Don't. I'm just saying.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
She wants to kill me right now.
Everybody at home doesn't believe that there's anybody there. That's the only reason why I'm doing that.
Right. I don't care.
Your imagination could fill in the gaps.
They don't need
to. But before we went live, there was all kind of kinky talk like there is.
You want to know what the truth of it is? I've always been kind of a fucking deviant, and everybody knows that, right? But I know now. I like to share. I'm a very honest person to a fault.
He likes to share. You heard that?
Well, you know what I mean. No, Johnny, no. But no. So. You know, I settled down a few years ago.
No, you haven't. No,
I did. When I was working with you, I settled down, I was only in a monogamous relationship for a little while. Okay.
You have paused acceleration.
I was.
That's what I'm gonna.
But here's the thing. When that ended, I gave that a little time for her to kind of figure it out, and she told me, as a friend, to just move on and get over it and enjoy my life. So I've moved on and I'm enjoying my life. Accelerated.
Right. See, that's what I mean. I feel like this is more of the JP that I know.
Yes. So I've been enjoying my life now for a few months.
People ask us all the time why we... Now, this band, we don't smoke cigarettes or do drugs or anything, so people wonder what we do with our time.
Right. You know what they do? Mm-hmm. You know what they do. Anyways.
The rumors are true.
Bunch of
Our
deviants.
bass player is named Boop Boop.
Yeah, I know, right?
We come on here every week and talk about his collection of wives, and nobody has gotten through to yet. We like to fuck shit.
Well, I went out.
Everybody want to do that?
I had a date.
Or people want to do that and y'all lying about it.
I had a date with 2 young ladies.
Today?
At the same time. And so I wore my Boop Boop shirt.
Today?
Because, well, no, I'm just saying, in general. We're just not going to get into details. But I got my Boop Boop shirt on because I thought, I don't have it on now, but I did at the time when this occurred. I had my Boop, because, and then a friend of mine said to me, you have a date with 2 people? That makes it a throuple. And I was like, no, because that would limit me to 2. A throuple makes 3, right? What if there's 6 of us? Anyways, let's move on. Now people's minds are running, and they're like, what is going on?
Then you got a metal
There's sick
band.
people. Let's watch more. Not only watch more, but share. Call your friends. We want everyone to watch.
I have to apologize because some people might be new here, including...
We love new people. You're virgins.
You're
HoneyComb Hideout virgins.
New guests in the back. I've got to warn everybody.
We're sacrificing you tonight.
Oh my God.
What?
Think of a sacrifice like an investment.
Why don't we have the candle going then? If this
There's
is a
so many people that
We're
want to be
right.
sacrificed.
Normally when we bring people up here and get them naked and sacrifice, and we have the
Yes.
candle going.
I'm going to be
It's the only
so
confusion.
disgusting tonight that I make Johnny Impact uncomfortable.
Good luck.
He's already uncomfortable because we put him in that fucked up chair.
Will said tonight's episode might get us arrested.
It could. So for those who haven't been here before, this is an it's a variety program. It's a talk program.
We like a variety.
I think we've chosen. I think we've chosen the title Livecast, and I like that because we're live and we're broadcasting right now from several different places. This is the HoneyComb Hideout, and it happens at 7 p.m. Eastern every hump day.
Wednesday, let me.
Hump day.
What?
Yeah, no, because
I
I
thought
got
you
yelled
were
at
gonna
last time.
fucking
I got
do it.
yelled at last time.
Hold on,
People
hold
had
on.
in-ears in, and they were mad at me, and I don't want to get anyone mad tonight.
No
I'm
bullshit.
feeling the love.
No, well,
Just
here's the other takeaway. Every time, when you were screaming like that,
Yeah.
you sold 3 different boxes.
That's what I wanna
from
hear.
our sponsors.
That's what I wanna
at
hear.
Eargasm.
If you need earplugs, get Eargasm earplugs. They are the best earplugs on the market, and we can get you a discount if you use their band code, Sepsiss Band, SEPSISSBAND. Get you a discount on your new Eargasm earplugs.
Damn, that was like. Well,
You're a natural.
No, because I know what the producer's gonna do.
No, the producer's excited.
He
He's
just
gonna
took
cut it,
that. That's
post
a
it.
real,
Yeah, it's all
right?
good.
That's right. So that's what he's doing.
Great
so,
job.
you guys, this happens, and that's why I want to apologize because did you guys know that when we first started this, we had to measure and see if people wanted us to come back and continue doing it because we first started broadcasting bi-weekly, and we broadcast on Twitch, and we broadcast on YouTube, and we broadcast on Facebook all at the same time.
I thought it worked because I like buys. Wait, anyways, wait, what? All right, so
That's
yeah,
what
but
she
then
said?
but then like Will said no.
Yes.
Every Wednesday.
No, JP said every Wednesday,
Yeah.
and I agreed
That's true.
because
That was
because of the demand.
Yes.
And
Actually, let's blame it on the true person that started this whole thing. It was Melissa.
yeah,
She
really
gave us
was.
permission to hang out every Wednesday, and she knows we get in trouble, so we were shocked.
This is the show in contrast to her much more organized and tidy Sunday evening show called Swarm TV, which and Lexi's on that. She's to my
Yes.
left, and she is our celebrity merch girl. This is the panel here.
Lexi's awesome.
And we have built the panel. This is a band page. We're a rock and roll and heavy metal band out of New Hampshire. And this, to my left, is Lexi. She's our merch girl. And she also is the creator of the Metal Honeys podcast.
I love the Metal Honeys podcast.
Aw, thank you.
That was a great interview you did with Jimmy from The Lonely Ones. I
Oh
really
my
enjoyed
gosh,
it. I love The Lonely Ones.
Thank you
And,
for watching
That was
it.
awesome. That was done at my show.
Yeah.
They were
Love
cool.
this.
They jumped right in and like gave her some energy back, which I thought was real cool.
Cool stuff.
A lot of bands are still learning about that.
We're
They're
still
awesome.
waiting on the big episode, though, Lexi. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, if we're talking about the same one, it's because I
The hugger.
accidentally.
The serial hugger that goes around hugging everyone.
What? We got a lot of those in the venue.
Robbie from 16 by 20.
Oh, really? I would love to see that. I thought you would talk about some other huggers. And when you were talking about huggers in the scene, my mind just
Yeah,
opened
no, you
up
were thinking
like
about
a
the
federal-
perverts again.
No, like the Federal Bureau of Investigations. My fucking Rolodex just started spinning like,
All right, I just need to
America's
apologize
Most
to everyone.
Wanted.
I need to apologize because right now, for some reason, I'm having a moment on Facebook. For whatever reason, I can't get the chat up, and so I don't know what's going on.
I have to apologize because the fucking show is supposed to happen every Wednesday, every hump day.
Wednesday, let me.
Right, and
Yeah.
we haven't been doing it. And what I wanted to tell all you guys, especially Johnny's back,
Yes.
I wanted to tell his posture that everybody has been coming to me throughout the last week because a few of us were under the weather. I wanted to tell everybody that we were
Yeah.
under the weather,
We were all
and
sick.
now we're not,
Everyone's healthy now.
with the
I was
exception.
sick. I'm no longer sick.
Well, how's your hand?
It's still sick.
Yeah. Lexi's still winging it, so to speak.
Broken winging it.
But I wanted to say thank you to everybody that was excited the Wednesdays that we didn't broadcast. People were inboxing me, man. And they were like, can you guys go live and do the show? And I was like, oh, people aren't feeling too well. We will do it. Because, it's tough. Streaming, the success of streaming, a lot of it has to do with being on time. That sounds so obvious. Everyone's like, what the fuck? Obviously, dude. But we have a tremendous, between the video game community, our friends in rock and roll, right? And hobbyists, and, the technology and the gadgets all encourage us that everybody's a star now. We can go on, everybody should go live, and we should all, take pictures of everything we do.
Well, it's pretty easy for some of us that always have a camera on.
I was going to say, if you're around me, then you'll know that that's true.
Wait, just hobbyists?
You want to know why I take pictures of you guys, though? Because I think you're talented.
Because he loves us.
That's right. I do. But I don't think everybody's talented, and that's why they invented the selfie.
That's true.
The selfie is invented for motherfuckers that aren't pretty enough for other people to take pictures.
All right. I'm just
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Shut it down, dude. I cannot get
You're
the chat
going
on.
crazy over there.
I'm
Use
over
the
here on the
mobile
phone.
device.
Yeah, I'm distracted and I'm sorry, but
You're
I'm the
gonna
guy
get-
that keeps up
you're
with the
gonna
chat
get-
usually. So
You're going to get carpal tunnel like the
I
young
know
lady.
It. I know it. No, I can't because I won't be able to see it. I'm old too. I
His
had old man
His
soup
wrists
today.
aren't going to bend like that.
Right, it just holds your phone. It just
No,
holds.
I'm good. I'm all right. I had old man soup today.
So
I
we're
had soup, and I had a young lady tell me it was old man soup. That's
Yeah,
some
you
bull-
know
That's
right.
old man
ageist bullshit.
fingers.
Right
So
there.
just for the
You wanna
record,
use this?
one of his kinksters said that he had old man soup.
She did not say I had old man fingers. Trust me,
But
it was
like-
old man soup. Why would you say a thing like that, Lexi?
I'm trying to get you to use.
God damn it, Lexi! Can't take you anywhere.
Yo, what the
Trying to get you to use.
Yo, this is why people think this band is Bohemian Grove.
I'm trying to get you to use the phone stand so you don't end up like me.
So you don't end up like the cult master
Oh my-
Lexi.
Wait a minute. You're in the cult, the sex cult, and you have carpal tunnel.
Well, how the fuck do you think it happened?
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
What a
Come on.
pervert.
Seriously, we have to do insurance soon. And I got it. What's it called? Duns and Bradstreet. I got to make sure
I'd like to
everybody's
apologize
squared
to
away.
Melissa before we get kicked off the air.
Whoa, this shit is funny.
I'm sorry, Melissa, that we're getting out of control.
God,
can't
we
promise
haven't
it'll
even
get
got
better.
to the rest of the people that are on the fucking program.
Melissa.
I just wanted to say that nobody on this program is from the band, except for myself. I've hijacked this network for a temporary amount of time every Wednesday at 7 for approximately a couple hours. I have my friend, Mr. Crime and Punishment, JP himself. That's
Thank you.
right. I'm
Thank you.
Crime.
Thank you
He's
very much.
Punishment. And he also, if you didn't know from his reels, he does reels. And I do mean he keeps it real. He says shit to you that I'm not allowed to say because y'all want to beat me up at the venue. I assure you that he's saying all of these things for, professional effect.
I'm trying to help people. And rather than charge you money, which really would make me feel better, I'm doing it for free.
Right. That's what makes most
Mr. Honest.
most local promoters speak in increments and metrics and
Well, yeah, because they're charging for every single word. But, yeah, it's whatever, man. It's all good.
so that's the expertise he brings to the table. Everybody here kind of has their own gear. Johnny being one of my favorite. John as the other, well, he kind of balances things out, if that's safe to say.
He's the quieter John.
Well, he's the quieter John, and he's also been in the band, this band.
Yes.
So he's kind
For
of
a
like
very long
my
time.
sepsis correspondent.
Yeah, I like
he
it.
has sometimes he has to pinch me and make sure all the shit is real. But he's been playing bass here for a long time, and he is known as the wife killer himself, Mr. Johnny fucking Impact.
Boo,
boo.
Thank you, guys. Much love, bro.
I appreciate you. So that's it. This is our 2-hour live conversation-based stream. This is our panel. They provide their opinion-based commentary. I do say opinion-based, which means nothing that we say here is my girlfriend Melissa's fault. This isn't every band member's. Sepsiss is a big company. I don't know if people know that. There's a lot of us.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
there's different departments. Just like our producer, Mr. Goodbars, is behind the camera. And my girl Melissa and Nate and Gio and a whole bunch of other swarmies are involved in making this show what it is. So I appreciate.
a good day, and then he brought up Gio.
So Gio,
Sucks
if
to be you.
if you're just watching for the first time, Gio in the chat and JP kind of, well, it's like mixing vodka and milk. It's just a weird.
He's the milk.
It's a tasty combo.
If you don't know, you're not familiar with our rock and roll band and why we're doing this, is because we understand how important social media has been, at least in our career. And everything that we voice here may not work for you. And it really is individual and opinion-based, because we're an independent band. So we actually believe in people thinking and feeling the way they want to without us controlling them. Imagine that.
It's boring, and it doesn't make money.
No,
What?
yeah, and that's why we have him on the show. We're a multi-tiered, genre, hand language infused, bilingual, post-African Irish, Portuguese American core based rock, rap, sextet, duet, and cybernetic sex cult metal mashup from Manchester, New Hampshire.
That was a fantastic description.
That's what we are, and I'm tired of people getting it fucked up. We don't have any skeletons in our closet. We're also social
some
media
people have said
streamers, influencers, and we're gamers.
This is true.
We take pictures. We make video. We do commercials, voiceovers. Do you know Melissa has never had a feature?
Really?
I'm not saying we haven't been asked.
That's interesting.
We were talking about it the other day. I was like, 'cause we just, you get to that point in your career. I'm like, are you ever gonna like feature with any artists or anything? And she was like, you know what? I had not really thought about it. And I said, why haven't you thought about it? And she said, I wanted to make sure that I cut my teeth. And I challenged myself before I took on any. I just think in today's world, that's why I love her, man. 'Cause I think in today's world, that says a lot. I think that's a powerful message. Everybody, because everything's, you drop it one day and it's remixed by Wednesday. You know? It's like everyone's sampling it and remix it before you can even absorb it, for Christ's sake. So most people, they want a career tomorrow. And then they're shocked when it's over tomorrow.
Right.
I don't know. So cool answer there. Here's the fine print. There really isn't any, because we don't really answer to anybody but the streaming services we're broadcasting on, so I'll try not to say fuck too many times.
I have a hard time with that, so remind
The
me.
show's categorized throughout the 2 hours into what used to be 8 parts, but we got rid of crowd surfing
Yeah.
because my friends were calling on the phone.
Yeah. And mine.
And I could talk to, listen, I love my friends. But, as an independent, and this is why we were allowed to say a lot of the stuff we say on here, because being independent, a lot of the messages and a lot of the education and the experiences that we have, some folks get pissy with us or get frustrated because they're trying to go into an industry. So I just want to make it clear that if you're looking for industry techniques or you're looking for an industry point, I'm not in an industry, and I'm not in your fucking rock and rolls and your heavy metals. I'm in small business. And that music is music business. And the music business is a business made up of fucking contacts. All right, so I just wanted to say that.
The more you know.
Because the first opener today, you guys, is I wanted to go and discover and explore through some of our posts and some things going on, conversation-based content on the commentary throughout the week on our page. And while asking the fans what they wanted us to talk about this week, I was really surprised because I didn't get a lot of feedback that I thought I would, because I'd been getting throughout the month, can you guys talk about Corey Taylor? And can you guys talk about, the last time, Demi Lovato ate a Triscuit? You know what I mean? Like, people will ask me, the darndest shit. Here's an opportunity. I mean, if there's 5 people watching right now, in Kazakhstan, let me know in the comments what you guys want us to talk about in the future. I mean, and you know what seems to be interesting to me is that people want us to talk about the same sort of things over and over again. And I don't have a problem with it, really. I mean, because let's face it, some crimes get committed excessively every day because for a few hours we stop talking about it.
That's true.
What's so fucked up about rock and roll is we've normalized the abuse in it. It's every second.
So we're like desensitized.
It's so not talking about it has given birth to this perpetual anxiety and this perpetual low self-esteem that we all have when we talk about it. So when fucked up shit happens in rock and roll or things that happen that we disagree with, we go, oh man, maybe I shouldn't say it because I'm going to make somebody upset or I'm not going to be able to follow a career path. And I want to be very, 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 very honest with you. That is true. That is absolutely true. And I'm telling you that because a lot of what we talk about on here and what people really righteously agree with or really disagree with is our experience. Okay? And my experience has come from us being an independent band trying to be an industry band. Did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
Okay, and I think that so many people are gonna fucking miss that.
Say it again.
I don't know what I said.
Time
No, I'm just kidding. What I'm saying is people are not rhetorically, they are emotionally affected by a lot of the stuff we say here on the channel, a lot of the stuff we say here during the broadcast. And that's because even though it's difficult for bands and creators to admit it, you guys are emotional. And you're very, very passionate and you're very, very emotional about your art. And you have been convinced to treat your dream like a fucking hobby. And there is a tremendous amount of resentment and guilt because you've allowed people to bust nuts all over you your whole life. And now it's time. What?
That got very graphic real quick.
What? I'm trying to tell you something.
Oh, I'm listening.
They've planted a seed.
I figured out what was going on with that after my 4th child, and I stopped.
They've dumped the load
That's what she said.
of lies. What? It's the demon seed. I'll tell you.
Oh
It's
my
rock and roll.
Oh boy.
But seriously, they've poisoned the life source and the water well of our venues, and our culture. Dead ass. What?
No, I'm listening to you.
You made me think I'm getting arrested for
No,
saying
I'm
demon
just
seed.
having computer difficulties, and it's just.
I want to help you. That's all I want to do. You're
No, my
making me
phone's
feel
working.
inadequate.
My phone's working. This is not about sex, Will.
Oh man. So, Johnny, you need to add something anytime here. You're okay. I just wanted to point out here that a lot of the stuff that we present here is from our education and our experience as a group, and there's many of us here, and you could never be able to get to every facet or every individual opinion. So it's hard to speak for the whole band in terms of what we think, you know.
Absolutely.
And so when people ask me in the comment sections what we think, I can't always sit here and speak for 6 people.
No, absolutely. And anything that I say, whether it be on this show or in a reel or anywhere, actually, it doesn't represent any of the bands I work with.
Right.
It's
We're
just
talking
me
sh-
and my
we're talking shit.
big ass opinion.
Yeah.
Right. We're all talking shit, and it may be based on our history here and some of our relationships, good and bad, throughout rock and roll. But everything we do on the Sepsiss page is for entertainment.
That's fun.
We're entertainers, so I think that you know, just like making music and being professional and going and going head over heels over all of this, I think it's the nucleus of making music should be fun and being able to express yourself, and that's exactly what we try to encourage people to do on this program, whether they agree with us or disagree. And if you need to take a break, I know some people really get going on my stuff. But my thing is, take a break from social media. If you need to take a break from the program, you can step away.
Take stuff too seriously.
Sometimes, we do cover some tough topics.
We
so
do.
feel free to disagree. Feel free to take a break. But I have to point out that because we are not in the parallel pursuit of what is popular and known to be professional in the industry. There are a lot of features of the industry that might not be as attractive to Sepsiss as they once were. And you'll hear us talk strongly about them.
Right.
So I just want everybody to remind you that just because we're an independent band doesn't mean you're not doing the right thing for your brand and for your band and for people that are trying to reach a career arc that doesn't follow ours. Doesn't mean that we have the skeleton key to success or happiness. That's all I want. That's all I want to say.
What works with one place or one brand doesn't work with another.
I want to say that because I had a really popular band. I'm not going to say no names because I just rather just be grateful. But they approached me in my inbox recently this week, and they said, "Hey, Will, what's going on?" I made a joke about them ignoring me in the message, and I said because a lot of the friendships and the networks that I have on social media, if you wind up finding me on social media, I don't mind if people friend request me, but you're going to get a message from me,
right?
Because I refuse to have anybody in my life that I don't know,
right?
If I makes
good business sense too.
If I can't have a conversation with you, I don't know what type of person you are. So that's it. It's not because I'm trying to be the Federal Bureau of Investigations. It's just that's me as a person. I don't like
I hear you.
Souls and spirits and people in my life without me being able to look me in the eyes.
Yep.
So that's that. If you friend me on one of the many social media apps, you're going to get a message from me, and it's going to say something like, I have the challenge of trying to figure out who's a robot, who's a bot, and who's a... Because there's two type of people on social media, okay?
Yeah,
and there's one kind of person doesn't realize that there's no such thing as social media. It's just media. Okay, it's just like it started off as social media, sure, but now they kind of just cut off the social part. Now everybody's just encouraged to do media. If you haven't woken the fuck up, but there's two kinds of people on social media, okay? And there's clients and users. Pick one. So that's all. I got a message from a friend, a very awesome, powerful rock and roller on all the big festivals and big shows. And we had a moment together, and I made my joke about, hey, I don't accept friend requests from robots. I said, you're going to have to prove that you're the real screamer. You're the real one, And we had a joke going back and forth. And they said to me, I go through the same thing a lot, trying to sift out human interactions.
Oh, it's tough.
Because I have a small business, and this means a lot to me. And I started typing, and I was about to say, I see what you guys are doing. I see your band, and I wanted to tell this person, I acknowledge what you're doing, and this band has a distinctly opposite road than our band does. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to show you something about coexisting. Yeah. I'm trying to show you something about bands being united together, prioritizing each other before prioritizing products.
Yeah, absolutely.
And corporations, and this is a band that has it right. I don't want to say no names because I think it'd just be inappropriate for the conversation. But let your imagination run wild, because we only play with bands that are working hard, and bands that are working hard on themselves. Yep. But we know a lot of bands that are in the band battles. We know a lot of bands that are in the race for the festivals. We know a lot of bands that are signed. Guys, we've signed a record. We've signed to a record deal too.
Yep.
I come on here and I remind you guys a lot of the stuff that we're pissing out, a lot of the stuff that we're groaning and sweating out, a lot of stuff that we're hashing out is stuff that we are dealing with currently or historically, things that we've learned from, things that we're evolving from, things that we're recovering from, things that we're healing from. And we come on and we share that because we don't think that there are any bands. We think that there is a lack of bands that are coming on and sharing some of the darker and challenging obstacles and trying to build a small business in underground, regional, local, and national rock.
Well, I mean, that's true until recently, and I'm not being fresh or anything or patting us on the back, but we've tackled a lot of controversial issues recently, and then all of a sudden I noticed
More
a lot of the
people.
bands coming out talking about the same stuff, and I'm not necessarily saying they were watching us and they joined in, but it just seemed like we struck a nerve.
It's
Inspired them
we-
to
yeah.
talk up.
and
to
it's
talk.
that. It's not to say that everybody's a criminal and everybody we need to go and do a huge investigation on everybody in music.
Right.
I don't think we're there yet.
No.
But in terms of just bands having conversations with each other, I think we can be there.
Yeah.
I think we could share information about
Yeah,
the
we
music
should.
industry without hating each other's guts.
We
I don't
should.
know. I'm just throwing that out there.
And
but
like sharing experiences and stuff.
Right.
and
learning.
things that you guys are gonna say, we're a very unique band in the way that we sound, in the way that we look. So unique shit's gonna happen to us. So a lot of what has happened to us is unique. When people say, everything's going well with my label, we got people that are on the same label as us. They love it. They have a good time. I'm not. That doesn't make me mad. Spotify works well for some people. You know what I mean? I talk about Spotify the same way I did cassettes and mini discs. Mini discs didn't do really well. Mini discs were really cool. I had people that I'm a little older than y'all, but mini discs, I thought they were the coolest thing in the world. They never made it. And we'll talk about the billboards later on and how advertising plays a big part in the gadgets that we have and how the gadgets play a big part in some of these corporations in music and art and entertainment. Okay?
We have a lot to discuss today, but as part of the free form, before we get too much into it, since you've kindly named my gaggle of people,
You have
Kinksters.
Kinksters.
Right. So one of said Kinksters is obviously paying attention. And
Why? You have another Kinkster that's watching?
there's people. So
Hi.
I got a message. Hold on.
From one of the Kinksters?
Yes, I did. Hold on. Let me just go check it right now.
I tell you, this is the...
Hold on. Let me
I want to know what
I got a
the
message.
This is
Kinksters that are
live.
here
I
think
got
about this.
I got a message.
This is
I got a
reality.
message, and I'm not going to call this person out on how they even know what FetLife is. But so you know who the real creep in the sex cult is, because he knows what FetLife is. So FetLife is
Yo, I just got a thumbs up from the Kinkster.
yeah. So FetLife is this organization group that is all into like BDSM and kinky stuff.
Okay.
And my person,
Johnny, why do you seem so happy about
My
this?
person
Finally,
said-
we're speaking his language.
my person said, just a heads
he
up,
said?
I think FetLife might have Kinksters trademarked.
oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
They do have Kinksters.
oh, here
Damn.
we go. Here we go.
Of course you would know that. See, and this whole time,
And
everybody...
you can get punished by Spanx. It's weird.
Yeah. It's notice how he says it's
It-
weird,
yeah,
yet he
hey,
knows
can I tell
all
you
about
something?
it. He
You
knows
can
all
punish-
about
all I
it.
wanted to say...
You can punish on the platform.
Yeah, they spank you off the platform.
Yeah.
Is that literally what they say? You've been
This is a
spanked
famous...
off
Well, there is... I don't want to get into this right
Yeah,
now.
it could be like 30 days to permanent spank.
So hold on,
depending
I
on
just
how
want to
bad it is.
be clarified. Will said we might get arrested or banned tonight, but
That's
the
true,
minute
yeah.
something controversial comes up, Will blushes and says, "I don't want to get into this right now." Shut
Right,
up,
right. That's crazy. Wow. So I shout out to my friend and fellow business colleagues and bands out there that understand what we're doing here. So
Yes.
there are so many people that are unclear about what we're doing here. But what really was refreshing, what was really cool, is to have this fucking really hardcore band hit me up. And as I'm typing,
it.
I was about to say, I see what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And I want to let you know that the conversations that we host, we own them. They're our own. And just to let you know, everything you're doing now is working really well for your band, and I'm a really big fan of y'all band. And right when I press enter, the same person says, I see what you guys are doing over there.
I love it.
And then we just both started cracking up.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's just real recognized real.
I like it.
That there's intelligent, hard-working bands that can see the strategy.
I like it.
There's hard-working bands. When you say to somebody, you know, we like to use backtracks. You're not saying that people that don't use backtracks and guitar tuners are bad people.
No.
You're not saying that. When
no.
you say, I mean, because there's people in Sepsiss that would swear by auto-tune.
Oh, no.
And there's people that might not.
Listen,
you know, so
anything that we say that might be offensive
For the
to you or
record.
your band, none of us actually mean it except for Johnny.
Right.
If you use
Johnny
holograms,
usually
if you use
means
holograms,
everything-
Johnny hates you.
yes.
And that's just that. And I stand behind him.
That was actually really accurate.
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
I keep hitting
What do
my
we
mic.
got for openers? Because it's already
Who's doing the openers? Lexi or you?
I don't know.
Well, there's one that you wanted to read.
Oh, do you know what I didn't want to say because everybody's been asking about pay to play, and I just want to say, I know you guys want to talk about it every week, and we'll talk about it every week, but it's all about who are you going to pay.
All right. Yeah.
I need to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. All right. Listen.
Everybody pays
Everything.
somebody.
Listen, hold on.
And-
Listen. This is just my 2 cents for what it's worth.
Who do you
It's worth-
determine is acceptable to pay?
I'm not going to go there. I'm going to say this. We bitch about pay to play because it sucks. But we've all done it. We've all done it. Everyone's guilty of it. We've all done it for different reasons, for a variety of different reasons. And we can talk about it literally every episode because, folks, no offense, you're not going to like this. It's never going away.
Right.
Ever.
Everything in music is pay to play.
I just
Right.
wanna say,
It's
like,
never
Everything,
going away.
everything.
And how long have we been on the road for, bro? And every single time I recall getting in the RV, getting in the truck, paying for gas, we've been paying for it.
Let me tell you something.
There's different versions of
Like-
pay to play.
You
but
did,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
And you know, so the social media bands like us will go, look at all you guys paying to play at the festivals and all the fucking, and then those guys will go, look at you guys paying ads on Twitter.
Yeah. There's all different kinds of pay to play.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay to advertise
Yeah.
your music.
Yeah.
I know this is difficult for people because everybody wants to be on the right side of the
We
law.
bitch about it because some of it's just all of it sucks, but some of it's just abhorrent. It's disgusting.
But pick your-
and that's like
pick
that's
your
like
poison.
merch cuts, which we'll talk about later.
Yes, pick your
that's
product.
Bullshit.
But if you're a festival, but hold on. But if you're and everybody that loves Blue Ridge in the audience tonight and goes to Blue Ridge swears by it.
Right.
Because they
Except the people that wait in
love,
line
right,
forever.
but they and well, I know there's whole groups on Facebook that want to kill each other on Blue. But like it's like the Red Sox and the Yankees. You got the Blue Ridge and the Red Ridge.
Right.
But what I'm trying to say is that Blue Ridge has built a business model and a brand around their audience the same way that we have.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm telling you, there's sometimes when I tell people that we have a record deal, they go, or you know, if we're successful at anything, this is a new thing. If Sepsiss is successful at anything, we're sellouts because we're independent. So anything we're good at or anything, God forbid, if we're successful at something,
Right.
or if somebody comes around that corner right now and says, Will, I've been listening to what you're saying. I'd like to offer you a good deal. I'm only speaking on terms of the fact that I've had some pretty bad deals.
Yeah.
But I've not, that doesn't eliminate my panoramic view and the possibilities of the right person that understands clearly what our vision is and being a great fit and offering a great deal. I think that's
That's a key.
and that's at 2003. What are you going to be when you grow up type
Yep.
of thing. If you're on the pathway right now as an independent, you're like, I'm going to be an independent band with the goals of breaking through to the industry. I think you're making a mistake. You know, that 15 years ago, whatever, I don't know. That's debatable. But I'm saying if you're in the industry right now and you're going to remain in the industry and you're going to pay your dues and you're going to cry it out and you're going to go to festival after festival every year and then to get to the end of it and be like, you know what, fuck this bullshit, I'm going independent, then you're going to start all over again. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying. It's not saying that one is better than the other. It's about saying life is about ferry boats, and it depends on getting on the one that doesn't sink. What are you going to do? You're going to have to put 2 feet in this motherfucker and float.
Where
You're
going to
have to put your trust in your industry if you're going to be an industry guy. You're going to have to put your trust and walk as an independent. You're not going to have to put one toe in and check the fucking temperature and back out of being independent every time somebody starts giving you industry perks. You're not going to be able to defend yourself and go back into the underground and say, protect me with my independence, when your hand's been in the cookie jar. Because here's the thing. You play Coachella this year. You play South by Southwest. You played it for 3 years. You played Blue Ridge for 4 years. You're 24 years old. Now what? You're 30. You're 40. Some of the most successful guys I know in rock and roll, my role models, are in their 50s. What are you going to do? The bands that are going viral, the bands that are blowing up, the bands that you're skyrocketing. You've played every big festival. You're not even fucking 25 years old yet. Now what? You've signed up to all the record labels. You did all the circuses. You've been to all the... Now what? You're going to get to a point. What is going to authenticate you next? What product? What product feature? What streaming service? What mini disc? What tape deck? What MTV? What fucking stranger is going to come over and tell you that you're a rock star next? Who's going to create a graphic and tell you how fucking beautiful you are? This just seems like after a while, you know what I mean? Like, it's not about what you're doing, motherfuckers. You could do something. You could do whatever you're doing. But it's the reason behind what you're doing that you need to focus on.
Why are you doing it?
So
why are you doing it?
Ryan asked a question, and I think that we should address it.
Sure.
The question is, do you use Facebook ads to grab page likes?
I use anything in the world to grab attention to my band.
We use Facebook ads for everything, Ryan.
Yeah.
The page likes are always a bonus, but especially if we're doing like a show.
Yeah.
If we're doing a show, we'll use
Facts.
ads to try to get attention out there.
Yeah.
A lot of times, people don't know. They don't know you're having a show. You know, especially if they're not right from your area.
Well, in rock and roll, underground rock and roll music, advertising and promoting yourself is looked down upon.
Yeah. Well.
So independent bands and smaller bands get made fun of and bullied.
Yeah.
By the slightly more successful, fearful bands. You see, big bands aren't in the business of building up.
No, they don't want to create their own competition.
I was about to say, bigger bands at my size, a lot of bands, people like Sepsiss, why are you guys so nice? Because we don't have any fear. Bands might just say, why don't other bands have groups on Facebook that promote other? We're the only band at our size. And somebody said the other day, I love them. Shout out to my friends over Enemy. They're like, the only band? And I said, yeah, no, the only. There are not other bands.
I have not seen it.
No, and if there are, I'd love to be their friend.
Yeah.
There are not other bands that actually host large groups with tens to thousands.
Yeah. No.
We're not talking about 100,000. I'm talking about tens to thousands to hundreds.
From a business perspective, looking outside of the band, just as a businessman, from a business perspective, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
I know it is, and I was told not to do it.
No, I know, and I appreciate the fact that you did it anyways. But that's the point. Like, from a business perspective, it's a bad idea. And, you know, like, I know I won't mention any names like you didn't either, but there's a really, really big band that I'm friendly with that they don't do it anywhere. And their fan group, which is run by completely different people that are not associated with the band, but they're friendly with them, they don't do it either, but they do it once a month. Once a month. At the beginning of the month, they do like a post, and that post welcomes you to come on and promote your own stuff.
That's cool.
And that's how they kind of keep, you know, they justify that because they do it once a month.
The reason why I'm going to tell everybody the reason why we did it.
You guys are the only ones that do it all the time.
And I'm going to tell you why we did it. And especially when it comes to the public figure pages and groups. There are not authentic groups in public figure pages that post. You'll see band pages do it. That's cool. Cool, you got a band page with a couple thousand people on it. I'm talking about public figure pages, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about bands getting press releases with us, bands getting booked for big shows with us as a band booking people, us as a band paying bands.
Right.
There's just nothing like it.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
I've
my
seen-
girlfriend
I've-
has a
I've seen
public
you do it.
figure check. She posts bands a lot, and we name bands, we tag bands. And not being mean to other bands. There just are not other bands at our little level, even though we're a little band. There's not a little band.
People get mad when you say that because you have a lot of notoriety in not just in the New England area, but you do have a lot of notoriety in this area. You're a well-known band. So when other bands that are little bands hear you say you're little, they feel insignificant. So just be aware of that. That's why they get mad at you, because you're not a little. I mean, I get what you're saying. You
Right.
don't consider yourself a high-level band.
It's a
because
humble.
you're-
It's humble pie to
Right,
me.
right.
It's because if you're a band and you go, I'm big, then you're done.
Right.
So it's just me eating
Right.
my own humble pie,
I get
saying
it. I get it.
it's me challenging myself, saying every time that I start to feel like we've done something great, I try to raise the roof. I try to raise the bar.
There's
We
always
try to-
somebody bigger,
with
right?
this-
I mean,
right.
There's always somebody bigger.
You want to set limitations for yourself.
Right. I don't want to say when I go to Blue Ridge, that's I did it.
Right.
When you know what I'm saying? Because there's too many of those rock and roll rock star authenticators that they put in front.
Johnny's gonna say something. He got close to the mic. I got excited
Well,
because I was like,
go
"Oh
ahead.
shit!"
Go ahead. You got to get close to the mic, though.
Damn, I forgot.
Oh my God, Johnny!
Man, I'm gonna blow the smoke until
What
you
the
remember.
hell was that, man?
You want that? You want this joint?
I stopped
Give
Will
me a sec.
midstream for that shit.
You know I was going in too. No.
But basically,
it's okay.
you don't want to set limitations for yourself,
Right,
because
I
if you
just-
do, you get comfortable in that place. It's like, oh, I did. I don't gotta do it no more. I don't gotta
Right.
learn anything.
Right.
I don't gotta
Right,
keep
right.
growing. I don't gotta
Right.
do all.
I get all that.
Yeah.
I get all that. So, what
Yeah.
is our next opener, Lexi?
We could do.
Ooh. Everybody was asking about a few weeks ago. We were asked to go back and get knowledge about the billboards.
Oh yeah, you two did some research, right?
Yes, because everybody wants to know.
Where they came from.
Right, we've gotten to this point now, okay? 50 years. It's been over 50 years.
Are they qualified to
And-
be
and-
the billboards?
Every time we do billboards, every time we do Grammys, every time we do these award shows, they're questionable because people aren't really sure what they are. And it all comes down to who is qualified to authenticate the people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
Where do they get when you hear the Heat Seekers Billboard 100?
Yeah.
Who the fuck decides that? And not only that, how did they obtain the power to do that?
Right. Who gave them the nod? Like, you decide. We'll just sit and watch.
Right, like, I mean, just think about, somebody winning an Oscar or somebody teaching an AA meeting. Would you like, if you were going through recovery, you would never sit there, go through recovery, and listen to some guy come in with a textbook.
He never had a drink in his life.
Right, you'd be like, hold on, so where was the bar that you used to hang out with? And he'd say, what do you mean? I never went to the bar.
I drink milk.
Right, I took a bar exam. I went to school. I studied law. I did that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, but did you have some drinks? Did you have some shots with the hookers? No, I didn't. I have never been in a bar in my life. He said, then what do you know about drinking? I know everything about alcohol. It says so right here in this book, Will. It's
I get it, man.
it's that curiosity that got us poking around and rummaging around. And let's face it, this country hasn't been founded for 1,000 years. It's not too hard to go back and look up the history of rock and roll. When I start talking about the history of rock and roll and what they teach in the institution on this, people start getting mad at me.
Inquiring minds want to know. Lexi, Will, what did you find?
Would you like me to read the article?
Read it out. Sure.
So, first thing, this is in bold print. It says Billboard is a trade and consumer music based publication in the United States.
So they're a publication.
We need to
Hold
need to
up.
break down that English. We need to break down that English. We're not talking about
So they're a publication, from what I get from that, they're a publication that pays attention to, studies, and reports both what the consumers and what the trade, the organization, the industry, has to say about who the top.
they're writers
writers.
and advertisers.
Right.
They collect data.
Yep. And then they
Based on
regurgitate it.
based
On what
on
they think is
consumer
popular.
based on the way people shop.
Okay. All right.
Okay, is that
As reported by the industry.
yes? And back to you got to remember this stuff was founded 50 years ago. So
1894.
well
Shit.
okay, we'll get to some of what the word billboard means. But
Wow.
when you
That's
think of
older than I thought.
are you talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame or Billboard?
Billboard.
Okay, because we got a couple of different things we're talking about. I don't want to
All
screw
right,
people
no,
up.
that's good. That's good to know.
It is. It's fantastic. But in terms of rock and roll, I just want to point out that because that's what we're a rock and roll band. I want to point out that rock and roll wasn't noticed. Now you heard what she said.
I heard what you said.
Rock and roll wasn't founded until the 40s.
Right. Right. And wasn't even really recognized
Okay.
Until later than that.
Oh,
so.
and that has a great deal to do with devices,
Correct. Technology.
not charts.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, when
Okay, so I
Billboard-
just want to because we're gonna tear this
Yeah.
up for all you rockers out there on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Billboard charts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
That's yeah.
I'm going to keep reading or go off
Oh no, let's go. I'm
of what you
dying to
just
hear
said,
this.
'cause-
No, this is great. This
Okay.
is great. There's so much we can unpack on this.
So Billboard was founded in 1894 as Billboard Advertising. It hosts
You hear
an
what you said?
annual.
No,
I'm
keep
sorry.
going. Keep
I'm
going.
sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
me and Will. It's me and Will.
I'm sorry.
Me and Will.
I looked at John
I'll
Pepper.
repeat.
Okay.
I'll
sorry.
repeat. Founded in 1894 as Billboard Advertising. It hosts an annual music awards, the Billboard Music Awards, in addition to other events. Billboard is perhaps best known for its weekly charts, including the Billboard 200 albums, the Hot 100 chart, which are all powered by MRC data, which was formerly known as Nielsen Music.
Whoa!
Nielsen
Got
controlled
you.
TV for a long
now
time.
let me now if anybody knows anything for you artists out there who might have bumped your fucking skeleton off some shit. If you are making music right now and you are publishing music and you have not registered your music with Nielsen, you cannot be on the fucking billboards. So this is something a lot of people want to know. What is the process of getting on the billboards, okay?
Right.
And this is very important and another landmark on why we have this live stream. Because a lot of you young artists and new artists don't know what I'm about to tell you. In order for you to be qualified, look at John, he's not even
Johnny's
playing.
making
In
notes.
order for you to be qualified for when you get done recording and you have your stems and you go to get it mixed and mastered, okay? A lot of people are going to beat up their producer tonight. I'm sorry for causing all this drama with y'all and y'all record labels and everybody. But artists, when you mix and master your music, it is then your responsibility to add the sufficient and accurate metadata to your recordings. This can be done in DDP files. Your producer should understand it. If you're getting a full-length album together, it can be done in DDP files. Also, it can also be partnered up with a distributor. So this couples in with an IRSC code that is attached to the metadata of your master track that you are going to present to retailers. Okay? You're going to imprint this IRSC code and the unique identifiers that have the writer's name on it. The writer's name, and it has sensitive information about dates. Okay? Every Sepsiss song has my social security number on it. Put it that way. So when you listen to me closely. You have all your stems, and now you're going through the process of mixing and mastering, and you're getting that final cut that's going to go to Spotify, that's going to go to the radio station. You need to first include the writing, the composer, the publishing. Sometimes, if you'd like to, you can even include people that worked on it. And you need to absolutely make sure that you have accurate, it's called IRSC codes that are connected to your name in the metadata of each track. If you're making an album, they'll be collected and compiled in a file along with an image file called a DDP. Listen to what I'm saying to you. At that point, that is going to be combined with a retailer code or a UPC. And then you will take the UPC code, your identifier, and your PRO, which is your performance rights organizations, and you will couple these things together with the music licensing organization. And then this is how you are going to register your music with Nielsen to correct mechanical royalties and to track your music online.
It's one small step in a very long journey if you want it.
So anybody that doesn't like this program, go fuck yourself, because I just got you paid.
I love that. Listen, I get away with saying a lot more shit than you do because of the whole title. I'm a regional talent buyer, promoter, manager in New England. So people will listen to the shit I say, and even if I'm insulting to them.
All right, can you repeat that whole thing that I
Yeah.
just said, and I'm going to light the J?
No, but I'm just saying, they actually listen to me. And it's funny because you and I are friends, and we talk a lot for the last several years. It's pretty much how the show was born, as we took our conversations and decided we wanted to make it a show.
We doubled it.
Yeah, we doubled it.
Double it!
And, but like, even as much as I like to pat myself on the back that I, know my stuff, I'm not internet. I'm not an expert. I'm not internet savvy. Like, I do my part, and I get through, and I know how to tell people to go do the stuff I'm not doing because it would be better for them. But I listen to you. I throw questions at you and Timmy all the time. Mm-hmm. You and Good Bars are the ones that I throw at. And so I started this reel series to give advice to bands, which I used to charge bands for. I used to charge them money for that advice. But now I decided, you know what? I don't really have time for that, nor do I have the patience. People annoy me. So I decided I was just going to give out a lot of information for free to make the local scene a better scene. Right? That's what we decided to do. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I just want to pay back and give a little. So I started doing these reels because you and Good Bars pushed me to do them. And the first one I did was about owning your name. I think a lot of bands don't understand that. When they pick a name, it doesn't mean that there's not 17 other bands on the planet with the same name right now.
Facts.
Yeah, so you got to figure out your name, research it. That's the name you want. Look and make sure no one else owns it. And if they don't own it, buy it. Make sure you own it. That was number one. The second reel I released an hour ago. Legitimately, like, where are we now? 8:07. So it was about an hour and not even an hour and a half ago. I put that one out there, and it's on websites. Owning your own website, which is an address for your band. And I wondered, would the message get out there? You assured me it would. Good Buzz assured me it would. But I wasn't sure. I'm like, yeah, my friends listen to me, but who else is going to listen to me? Facebook just notified me.
Just now?
Yeah, they sent me a thing telling me to make another reel. And I was like, what? And I looked at it. I looked at it. Why did they say that? Because I have 2,700 views in under an hour.
Yeah, that's how. I told you. And look, and I'm gonna tell you something.
That's crazy.
Now, what you haven't explored yet? This is some more gems for y'all. What you have when you have something.
Listen.
When you have momentum like that. So most people go back and they watch the show and they get there and they drink their own bathwater.
Right.
I did it.
Yeah. Woo!
I made it to
Yay
Blue
me!
Ridge.
Yay me!
Right. I did it now.
And then they slow down. Or
Right.
Stop.
Then you right. Yeah. You get the record deal.
Right.
And then you go home and you get fat. That's they say that if you're on your deathbed and you're still reaching for more, then you know if you're successful or not.
Right. Fact.
If you're not,
So if at the very least, if you just get entertainment out of watching us, that's great. But if you actually get one little nugget of information that helps you, helps your band, helps your art, whatever it is you do, that's what we want to do.
A lot of people don't want to listen to me because of my image. And people say I don't want a guy like that.
Your image is what drew me to you. You're into groove metal. I did that on purpose. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
Oh my God.
I'm telling Loudwire what you said.
I couldn't help it. I took a serious moment and I ruined it.
No, I'm gonna do this whole thing on groove metal.
See?
No, and you know what's really fucked up? Loudwire might have actually inspired me because like the second album is like the sexiest, grooviest
That's
shit
what I'm
we've ever.
talking about.
We're right,
Embrace
yo.
it.
I'm telling you, like me and Melissa put the sex back in heavy metal. All those boys out there rigidly banging their necks and beating each other up. Nah, man, we put we
It's
put
groovy.
It's groovy.
Pre-save Blee lines if you haven't already.
Yeah, man, we put the dancing back in the room. I'm feeling it. I used to think that people didn't like us because they used to stare at us when we were on stage, and then I realized that's because Johnny's doing corkscrew guitar flips.
Great job. Great job with the corkscrew.
Keeping the bass line down. He's
I
getting it
saw
going.
a lot more bands out there trying to dance like us. Like I've seen a lot of people doing it. Good luck. Wait till you see the shit we're doing this year. Do you
I'm
know,
still waiting for my song to come out, bro.
Did you see 717 Entertainment just released? They just announced that the modern mimes are coming to PA, and they're going to be there June 16th, and we're special guests.
Yeah, I just saw that. That got announced just before we went on the air.
Yeah, that's show
I shared
business. That's powerful
Yep.
show business stuff.
I think they
I like
might have,
that.
Did they release that on purpose, like right on Wednesday? Huh, that's kind of a thing now.
That's smooth.
That is smooth. I like that. That's smart.
I wanted to plug my friends from
what?
from
Will's in a sex cult and he wants to plug all his
Right,
friends.
right.
Alrighty then.
This is getting
God
worse.
damn it, Will! Watch your words, man.
I know. So I said, we talk about what posts we should put every day because me and Melissa, we post like as a unit. We're like one person. So like we get together in the morning and we all say what's appropriate, what's not, how far do we want to go. Well, if we're really running into something, hey, this person's being harassing us, how do we want to handle it? This is what I was going to say, and
Right.
we look over it, we double check. It's called personal inventory.
Absolutely.
We just check because you know what? Just like your mother tells you, you don't want to write a girl or boy an angry letter out of passion.
Oh, hell
And
no.
then put it in the fucking mail. Write the letter.
Right.
Fool.
And then burn it.
Get it out of your system and stuff it up your ass.
fucking burn
right. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit there.
gosh.
Don't run out to the
No.
mailbox.
No.
A lot of guys in jail used to
No.
do that.
Loss
I'd say,
of
look
regret
at you.
before it even
You're
gets
so
picked up."
lonely.
Yeah.
I'd say you should have never put that letter in.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
That's real shit right there.
No, it's true, man.
All right, what do we got next? Let's move on before we get caught up.
The next one is there are some big bands out there, like A-list bands, that don't want to do meetups anymore with their
Meetups?
fans.
Meet and greets.
Sorry,
Meet and greets.
meet and greets with their fans.
Now, I could understand when we had to Lysol everybody down.
Well,
No,
I
you know
didn't
what I
even.
mean?
I get it, but I didn't even like that. But, okay.
But I'm just saying,
Okay.
there were some rules, there were stipulations,
yeah.
there were expectations,
Yep.
and it was different everywhere you went.
Yep.
We toured during that fucking shit.
No, I
and
know,
one
I
place
know.
we would go in and be like, "You got gloves."
Yeah.
And then other places it would be like shirts off.
Right.
Remember the people running around with the robotic naked girls and the duct tape?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. I don't know how the fuck you guys forgot.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was good shit.
That was a good show.
Dude, for any other reason than that.
Yeah. No, I don't get it.
The reason is for
Anyway.
most bands is because some fans out there steal their music. So because of that, they
Get
don't
over
want to
yourself.
do.
Okay, but people
a
been
meet and
stealing.
greet.
Whoa,
Get over yourself.
Whoa.
That's what they need to do. Get over yourself.
If you
I
don't
will
like
say
stealing
this.
music, then you don't like fucking iTunes.
Yeah, I know. If you don't like people stealing your shit, you're in the wrong industry.
Right. If you don't like.
Shit, man.
Right. Anybody that doesn't like stealing,
Yeah.
they're an automatic sepsis friend.
The only time I would actually really get behind that is if they had a thing going on saying, "Hey, I'll do a meet and greet
I tell you
if
guys
you don't
something?
charge my band merch." The merch.
This is
cut
what I'm
fee
gonna
or
tell you
something
right
like
now.
that. That's
Listen-
the only time I can actually. Like,
So I get where you're going with this because sometimes promoters or venues will make the band do a meet and greet for their benefit because they're trying to pay the band a certain guaranteed fee. But most of the bands that I'm friendly with or that have any like dealings with, they handle their own meet and greets. The meet and greets go through their management company or through their own website. And I'm pretty I mean, we're not mentioning any names, but I know some of the bands that you're talking about. I'm just calling horseshit on all of it, but that's fine. I'm very opinionated, and I
that's
don't
why
mind
we
pissing
have this
people off.
program.
So yeah, I'm calling horseshit. I'm seeing some really big egos that should probably like slow the fuck down and just do what they got to do. But I'm not happy with meet and greets in general. I got a lot of opinions. We need a whole show on meet and greets at some point.
Ooh, I want to talk about this. Can we talk a little bit about it though?
Yeah, because I really don't have a promoter's ambition segment for tonight because
Well,
honestly,
hopefully this will encourage you.
So I was supposed to have a promoter's ambition, but then like I got caught up like with my very important sex life, which is important to me. So I forgot about that. But anyway,
You see how he's turning? He's turning.
I was turning the camera. Stop it, Will, before I get in more trouble. All right. So anyway,
I do want to say though that people always talk about like stealing music, and then they get mad like the Metallica.
how much you want to bet? I'm going to bet you money that that of all the bands you're talking about, most of them are white. Let's make race an issue on this.
I didn't say
As
it.
a white
didn't say
manager in a business, I'd like to say most of these fuckers are white, right? And I'm conservative, so I'm not one of those people raving the racism flag. I don't do that. But I'm telling you, they're white. I'm telling you right now, they're just white, and their egos are huge. And
Well,
they think
it's
they're
not.
God's
It's
gift.
not Barry White.
No, I know why. And the reason why I say that is because black people have been stolen from in the music industry more than any other race, and that's just the truth. So whatever, it's all good.
But when stealing is made normal because it looks like we're having too much fun for people to pay us.
I get it.
And that
Yeah, I
doesn't
get it.
matter what shape or color.
I get no.
People
no,
have been
there's-
convinced
there's-
across the board
No, there's
that
tons
musicians
of thieves in the music industry
Okay,
of
but-
all shapes, colors, and sizes.
and there's a big thing like and people don't realize how much your neighbor, the musician, has invested in his life. We've just been taught to not give a shit.
Yeah.
So
it's normal. It's acceptable.
Right, we say it's normal
Yeah.
for a guy to go up there and pay his dues and get shattered and have 5 people play in front of him. And it's also normal, and we'll talk about the self-esteem in a moment, of people failing in rock and roll music and failing at their dreams and failing at what they're trying to do. I just want to say about the stealing music thing and Napster and stealing and all that other stuff, that I'm on the fence with people stealing music because... And I could play devil's advocate because you know how much I go at Spotify and DSPs. And there is a reason why I target DSPs. There really is. But I know how much the average person discovers rock and roll music a week. Why? Because I'm a fucking geek. I pride myself on being a music nerd and finding out how much the average person and how many bands the average person, how many underground bands an average person discovers a month. And I'm gonna tell you, it's low. And I'm telling you, not just forget about bands in general or bands you like. People don't play bands they like.
Okay.
You see the other band last Friday, you're not playing them. You saw it last two shows you went to, you didn't listen to those bands today. But people, we talk about music all the time, like, support local music. Like, you just saw Nevermorn, Hero the Horror, and you know what I mean, and Dead by Wednesday, and before you came here on the show, you were bumping them. No, you weren't, and you're a New England promoter. You ain't bumping no New England music on the way here, and neither were we. And neither was she.
Well, she
and neither
was bumping some music, but I don't know what she was
But I'm
bumping,
saying, but what have we learned about that, though?
Yeah, no.
What have we learned? That we're all neighbors, and we don't play our neighbors' music.
Okay, so...
It's not as popular.
So you're right today, I don't, but normally I do.
Okay,
Like when I drive to my
listen,
job
I'm being
every day,
I'm being a real asshole to everybody in the room right now.
No, I get it.
I'm being hard on everybody
But it's
because
true,
I
though.
need to
Generally,
drive
it's
this.
true.
I need to be hard on myself, bro.
I know.
Because the truth is, this is gonna fuck everybody up. You need to know how urgent this conversation is based on measuring everything I just pointed out to you. I'm in the rock and metal reset. My mission, I've made it my fucking mission
Yeah, that's true.
to promote and push discovery.
Yep.
That's our mission here as a band. I've accepted the fact that I'm independent. I've accepted the fact I'm taking the fun of it. There's nobody that could possibly piss off but myself.
Right.
And Melissa.
I'm glad he said that.
But as a singularity, like pretty much like everybody really agrees in Sepsiss, even though we have diverse.
No, I know.
We all have a mastermind, everybody, and you need to start here with your band. We all have a sense of trajectory where we see ourselves, where we can predict ourselves being successful, or we would not be happy doing what we're doing.
Right.
You know? I kind of disconnected from what I was saying earlier, though. It was really important.
No, but that itself is important because I'm connected to a lot of bands, and a lot of bands don't have that hive mind. They don't have that ability to hear and see what each other's doing.
Yes.
And move in the same direction. That's a problem. That's where you get a little bit of band drama and issues that pop up because they don't move in the same direction. They don't have the same trajectory. You do.
Yes, I think that a lot of times it's not like targeting our differences around the table,
right?
But kind of like embellishing on them, realizing them, being aware that we all have different feelings and we all have different different things to offer, and making the most out of that. Damn, I had such a fucking good opinion, man, before that. Like,
and then you lost it.
I really did, man.
We were talking about sending it home,
and he had some
about
old man soup
how we
for
don't
lunch.
listen to our neighbors' music.
Right. No, thank you, Lexi. That's why Lexi's here. If anybody wants to know why Lexi's here, she really just helped me like wobble back a little bit. But I do.
What Lexi does every day.
I know. So you guys just saw a real life thing happen. It's true. It's just the way that we look at our neighbors and the way that we look at our neighbors as creators, the way we look at ourselves as creatures, as biological, humanoid, bipedal, biological, multi-celled.
I love when he does this.
No, but we are. You know what I mean? We're a collection of microorganisms and air and water and fucking iron and, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're just a collection of things, and that proves that you can be many things.
Yeah.
And come together and be a singularity. And I think that best represents that here. But when we think in terms of our neighborhoods and raising kids or teaching people about culture, it's so fragmented in a sense that we've been kind of taught to look down on our neighbors for investing their entire lives in culture or caring about something. We're kind of taught to have low self-esteem and go, oh, you know, if you're doing well or you're headed in a place where people agree is successful, that's looked down upon by bands who haven't achieved that or by people who haven't been able to have those opportunities. And that loss and disconnect of mutual respect between creators, neighbors being qualified to play the guitar versus celebrities being qualified to play the guitar, and how we measure that and how we look at that. And as somebody that I've made it my life mission to talk about this, it's so many layers and so many depths, it's challenging to even talk about any one side of it. The anatomy of it is so vast and so large. There's so many tiers to touch on. It's just the one that really gets me is, even though I'm a curator, even though I'd like to think of all of us as a singularity with groups and hundreds of people, and we're always promoting discovery and exploration, even us, we didn't drive over here listening to local rock and roll. We didn't drive over here. We're not... And so when I'm saying I'm being hard on us, I have to do that because I'll never be able to drive this home to the people who don't do it. When people go, support local and support your local businesses and support this and support that, when? Can you name the last 3 local shows you went to? Can you in your state? Can you name 3 bands that you support, or comedians, or actors, or actresses that isn't on the silver screen or the Golden Globe, or one of these advertised massive corporations didn't curate for you? Do you know anybody in your town? Do you know your community? You've got this whole support local, and it sounds great in a Facebook post, huh? It sounds great in a Reddit tweet, support local music, and you're in a band now. But bands, name 3 fucking songs you've played in the last 24 hours from your favorite local artist that wasn't you.
I'm feeling really good that he just said all that because I'm doing this mental inventory on myself, and I can do it. So I feel good. I feel good about myself.
If you can put your fucking hand up and you can say that in the last 24 hours you've listened to a total of 3 local or regional bands from your area or somebody else, or you've supported a local business, put your fucking hand in the air.
No, I
Or
can't.
forever-
24
right,
hours, I
Put your
can't.
fucking hand in the air, because I have.
I can't. 24 hours.
Because I
Be
have,
honest.
we support the local rappers, the strippers, the rockers. We support all the local entertainers here. Fearlessly.
I am
Even
not saying
bands
a
that
thing.
don't like us. All you fucking bands out there, especially all the death metal bands out here that can't stand us, we support all you motherfuckers. And all the death metal bands everywhere except for New Hampshire are awesome. But there's something about the ones in New Hampshire that can't stand us. And it has things to do with the success part.
It's because your
But we
neighbors
fucks
do.
with
Right.
you. We like you.
We're gonna support you anyway.
We're
'Cause
gonna blast
That's the
it.
lesson. That's the lesson, though, because we've been taught it's so hard. We're so afraid of each other.
I hear you.
The reason why I'm not afraid of anybody, because nobody's in my lane.
No,
I
I
don't
hear you.
have this idea that, or symbol, or image that there's an obstacle. Death metal doesn't stop me from doing anything no
No.
more than fucking polka stops me from doing anything. We love all music
Who loves
fearlessly
polka?
because we love all music. It's not hard. Like people like, it's like if what we do is a gimmick. It's not a gimmick because we actually like fucking music. We actually like discovering, and we actually like supporting our neighbors. Wait, but that doesn't mean it's. Hold on.
I did.
I said we like it. I didn't say it was easy to fucking do.
Oh, that's good.
Hold on. There's a lot of bands that I listen to and you fucking, it's awful. No question. I'm sure there's people that listen to my music and feel the same way. That's mutual. That's okay. We're going to have differences in taste. We're going to have difference in timbre. We're going to have difference in patina. We're going to have difference,
that's the beauty of it.
But that's what makes this diverse and amazing world of vegetables and fruits and I'm not going to say animals.
he's
I'm not
helping
gonna
the
do it.
vegetarians out
I'm
now.
not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Ongoing joke about the vegetarians.
Right, no, I'm not going to do it. But what we have here is a diverse planet, okay?
All right.
And we have diverse set of instruments, ways to record, voices, people, personalities. Why should we limit it to anything?
No, you're right. You shouldn't.
If anything, seriously, I have found it extremely difficult, and I challenge anybody that claims that they support local to go out and discover 3 bands a week. And let me tell you something. I don't want to hear you ever say support local ever again if you can't name your favorite 3. I don't care if you're a civilian,
So
a
people
rocker.
responded to this. So in the chat already, Bobby Roberts jumped in and said, I've been listening to Renegade Cartel and Alter Ego on and off for the past 2 days. They're local to me. I love Renegade Cartel.
Me
I
too.
really don't know Alter Ego. Are they?
No, but
I'll
here's
check 'em
how
out
I
because
am.
you just mentioned them,
But
so I'll
here's
check 'em
how
out.
I really am, and this is what people aren't going to do. I am going to write down. Tag them, please.
Yeah.
Alter Ego, right?
Yeah. Alter Ego and Renegade
as soon
Cartel.
as this is over.
You've done shows at Renegade.
Because
so.
I love Renegade Cartel.
I do too. I love those guys. They're fantastic.
Hard workers, great voices, great instruments, great band. Go check them out.
Yep.
Check out Renegade Cartel.
But I will check out Alter Ego.
And I
'cause
really need to
I have
do a
not.
show with them this year because I have a show at Renegade every year and I don't have one yet. And now I'm upset.
Awesome.
But Alter Ego, I'm going to go check them out.
Me
Look,
too.
I have not even heard of them. I support bands that I like, and I even support bands I don't like. Because it's my mission to support and teach fans of the value of discovery. Does that make sense, JP? It's
Yeah.
about being a good role model. It's being like something. Sepsis doesn't have to be your taste, but why cock block somebody else?
Facts.
I don't understand that. I don't live in fear from fans of Sepsis becoming fans of other bands. Other bands have blocked us because they fear that their fans will like us too much. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've actually heard that from a couple people, but I try not to feed into that shit. I'm just surprised that I actually have Alter Ego on my Facebook already. I like the page and I follow them, but I really don't know them, so I'm going to check them out. Thank you, Bobby, for the recommendation.
I'm just telling you for us, If you're a fan of Sepsiss, we will never block you. We will never tell you. I will never recommend to you or anyone in my band or staff members. You will never hear them tell you to not listen to another band. You will never hear them say not to support another band because we don't give a fuck about what another band's doing.
So listen, we're going on an hour and a half already, and we have to cover, according to Lexi.
What, do you want to leave already?
And we have to cover Johnny's segment because I know that.
Oh my God!
I
John's
heard
gonna
something about
flip
Johnny's
out.
segment, and I didn't want to talk about it with him because I don't think him and I have the same opinions. So I wanted to be able to fight with him right here on live on the internet.
Did you see him and Hans' slap boxing match?
That was from a long time ago. Yeah, yeah,
He's still fit.
yeah. I don't.
What?
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to physically fight him right here. I mean, we're like
Don't
brothers.
do that on the right. I was
You
gonna
know.
say don't do that.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
well, I mean, I would fight him, but
He's
people have to pay to
fierce.
see that shit.
I was gonna say that's
Yeah,
like
we're gonna have to fucking charge
that's
money
like
for that.
Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah,
and-
you know, I want some cash. You know what I mean?
For what?
for a slap boxing
Oh my
match.
God, Johnny!
Slap off match?
All right, listen, no,
Follow
stop
them,
it, stop
Johnny.
it. So he's not
Oh
even
my
paying
God.
attention.
I was
Don't
gonna
light that
have you
up.
do
He's
your
already had too
topic.
much. All right, listen.
Alexi's like this.
I was
is
gonna
getting
have you do
immature.
your topic.
You want him to go first?
Yeah, I was.
All right, ready, set.
All right. I just want to say,
He jumps right in. I like this shit.
yeah.
All right.
So you got, I was watching a podcast,
Mhm.
and this guy was afraid of name dropping. So
Hold on, so hold on.
Wait, wait,
So
wait,
hold
wait,
on,
wait,
hold
wait,
on,
wait.
hold on,
This
hold on.
guy.
this guy
The
was
guy.
afraid of name dropping, and you know what? I'm gonna name drop him because
Okay.
he was scared to. Andy, Karzak. And here's the band that he plays for, Monuments.
That's one of the
So
bands he plays for.
Hold on, I've never
I
even
don't
heard
know
of
how
him
I don't know
before.
how to pronounce the other one, but
Hold on, you seem really excited. Let me look at this. This is so much fun.
yeah,
I've never seen you so excited.
So what's the name of the dude again?
his name's Andy Karzak.
Oh, I see him right here.
Andy
Yeah.
Carson.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
He's in Monuments
Oh, that's cool.
and
That's them
other
right there.
bands.
Yeah,
Okay. Is
So,
he the
Do
front
you want to
person?
check it out?
I believe so. I didn't really
Ah.
look too much. I just wanted to find.
Band, come on, band stocking. Everybody, hey, it gives them the
Oh,
algorithm.
cool.
They're gonna,
He's fired up. I
hold
didn't
on.
really look into it too much. I just want to bash this guy.
hold on, take a breath. Take a breath. I just wanted to say, before we get started, everybody go check out Monuments.
Yeah, check out Monuments.
They seem very
Stalk 'em
successful.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like them because I think that's a nice thing to do.
Okay. And now
And
Johnny's going to trash
They
him.
look really cool though.
Oh yeah.
Yo, I like
Oh my
these
God,
dudes.
Johnny.
Yo, I like their hair too. Man, these dudes
There
is
you
cool,
go.
man.
Will's got opinions on image, too. I didn't really realize
No,
it.
I like. You know how I feel about bands that are set up
I know it.
well.
They got to be.
I
they
like
gotta have
the
their
rock
shit
and
on point.
right. No,
I
you
like
know
it.
that's why we
Alright.
do it.
I got it.
Okay. Look at this. Look at this.
I
Look at
know.
this shit.
I know who they
This
are.
band is cool. Look at this. I'm not even lying. You guys, I don't even. Come on, y'all know me. Look at this.
All right, come on, Johnny.
What?
Just start your stuff, Johnny.
You
Go
gotta
Yo,
ahead.
check it
that's
out.
I'm sorry.
hardcore.
As hard as that stuff looks,
Yeah.
when
I
someone
know,
says
let me have
when they're performing or they are saying that their idols are living
Careful.
are doing immoral things,
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
and
Like what?
Hold on.
well, that's the thing. The kid never got involved with it
Because he
and
didn't
waited
want to
for the
name drop. He didn't want to
But
name drop
he
Marilyn
said-
Manson.
He said to a point, if it comes down to it, if it comes with speaking up about something that's morally going wrong,
Can I pull you back a little
Or-
bit so I can ask some questions for context?
Sure.
So you're referring. So there was
It's an interview.
there was an interview on a podcast, and the guest of the interview was one of the gentlemen or somebody who plays for the band.
Monuments.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were talking, and it came up in the topics of what were the challenges of having to play events and tours and be in an industry where there were immoral, maybe sometimes even criminal style behaviors.
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I just wanted for the audience to understand. So did he say he was uncomfortable with it?
there were some shows where he said he felt weird playing the show, and
Weird.
if you're going to play a show anytime, and if you know that there's something immorally wrong, if you're saying that you're gonna shut up and still play that show, you lost me, man. I can't even listen to your music.
Okay. So
I'm calling bullshit.
hold on. So you're saying this guy he's a band member. He's part of another band.
Yeah.
That band is on tour. There's 30 bands on a tour. You know how these festivals are now. There's 10 bands. Because I'm about to tell you something. We play sometimes with 10 bands, and we don't know. I can't do a criminal check on all of those bands.
Right.
No, but if you know
Nor do you
something,
want to.
If you
I don't want to.
Me either.
I don't want to know what people. I don't want to know what everybody's doing.
No.
No, but I mean, if you see it, if you happen to see it, like this kid was saying that he clearly saw something and kept his mouth shut, and
If
and
you,
just play the show,
I'm going to
just
tell
get
you
the
something
game out
right
there.
now, and the whole world could get mad at me, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. If I walked into a tent, okay, and I felt that there was something like a crime that was about to be committed or something, I would alert someone in the chain of command that was an appropriate organizer, or you know what I mean? If I was at an event, I would find the chain of command of the organizer.
I'm just breaking Johnny's balls on this.
I'm not tackling anybody. Is what I'm saying.
I'm just breaking Johnny's balls on this. I saw the same interview.
Are you gonna
actually, it was
tackle
something
somebody?
that you
'Cause
sent. Well, honestly, technically,
Actually,
like
you might.
I might have to, but that's I come from a different side of things. Though.
Right, true.
So, but here's the thing: like I saw the same interview that Johnny saw, and I didn't take it the way he took it. I looked at it from the business angle, and I understand what you're saying, and I applaud you. I love you, man. I'm just breaking your balls. But here's the thing: I didn't take it as though this kid was whining about anything. I took it as though he's conflicted because he wants to do what's right for his band. And sometimes you're going to be put on a big show, especially a big show, with somebody that is or somebody in a band that fucking sucks. Let's just say it like it is. There's some shitty people in the music industry. And if that particular appearance is really good for your small business,
Right.
he was conflicted. Like, 'cause personally, his morals, what he was saying, I'm taking from what he was saying, his morals were that he doesn't want to play with this particular person because he knows what kind of person they are, and they've done horrible things to other people. And he's conflicted because now he feels like he has to appear for his band, but he doesn't want to because his morals and ethics tell him not to.
Okay, remember I said about the letter?
Yeah.
Remember I said about writing the letter to the girlfriend?
Right.
Okay, so when I watched the video that Johnny did.
Yeah.
And I wrote the letter to the girlfriend. I was gonna fucking kill somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean that was that.
So you saw it the way he saw it.
But over time, you know, it's funny when I love this show. The best part of the show is being wrong. We come on this show
wrong every day.
We come on this show and we're all fucking wrong.
Right, I'm wrong
And that's
every
why
day.
people don't like
Except
it.
in my reels,
and then that's
I'm
why
100%
people like
right.
it. So then that's why people don't like it. That's why people like it.
People
because
do
we
like
are
it.
wrong here, God damn it.
Yeah, it's
but
true.
the right part about it is the principle that we're admitting that we're wrong a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that's life.
Okay,
We're
did
human.
you see what happened there?
We're human.
And, I think people can relate to the situation when you say, hey, so you know what I think people can't relate to is when you're seeing somebody getting sexually assaulted at a festival and you keep it secret.
Yeah.
I think that people tend to think you're an asshole, but hear me out, okay? Especially, I don't even want to get into that, but y'all see where I'm going with that. It was powerful enough.
Yep.
This is what I'm saying. People are going to do things on tour. You know, you're booking 10 bands, 30 bands. Some of these festivals, Blue Ridges and all this other stuff, 200 bands. There's going to be stuff going on.
Yes.
Always.
This stuff that we do, smoking cigarettes or talking or saying the F word or whatever we're doing, our sex cult stuff, it scares the shit out of people.
Yep.
So I'm telling you. So you're going to get people, just hear me out.
Yeah.
So two things. When we talk about other bands on this program, I really like being wrong a lot because we get to learn from it. Right. So I wrote the psychopathic letter to the girlfriend, and I was all up in arms and emotional. But after sleeping about it, I tore up the letter, John, because I realized something, and I want you to hear me out. First, he put himself, you know, we say, oh, he's a pussy. He didn't do nothing. Hold on a second. He is doing something. He's on a big, popular, more website than his. He only had 22,000. We got more likes and follows than he does. So he was on a platform that's bigger than both of ours put together.
Correct.
Hear me out.
Talking about it.
He took his story like we do. What are you talking about? He's doing the same thing we're doing right now. So you're like, but he's not Prison Will.
Right.
He's got a record label. He's got his band, his buddies. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't mind saying, fuck the man around me because I'm the band leader and I don't give a shit.
Right.
But think of who he's got to ask to.
Right.
So a lot of times we'll start talking about difficult things in the music industry here on the show, and my favorite part about being on the show is us being wrong a lot because it teaches me something, and it taught me something new about all of this. Is that one? I think he is doing the right thing. He might not be doing it to the frequency. He might not be doing it to the level of data that you and I. But hey, maybe we're not supporting bands to the frequency of what somebody else thinks. We get mad at everybody else for not supporting bands to the frequency. Maybe people say, Sepsiss, thank you for speaking up. Bands aren't speaking up enough. They are.
Yeah.
We can't say, oh, he's not speaking up about. He's not brave enough to speak up.
No, he
may not have dreadlocks and say the F word a lot like me, but
he raised the issue on a very big platform. He raised the issue
and he picked it over on a platform where nobody's going to talk about it. And you know what? Here's another thing. Why do we got to look at him like he's a tough guy? He's probably fucking scared.
Yeah.
We don't know what the fuck he's gonna get out of his band, kicked out of his band.
No, because look at it from that perspective. Look at it from that. He's on a podcast right now that he accepted to go on. Anything he says reflects on them.
He said something bad about. He said. What if he says something and his Melissa Wolf says something?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. She puts her foot up his ass sideways.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You get home and you figure out you got to do 10 push-ups.
Right.
I'm just keeping it real. When we talk on this, we always talk about, you know, from a nucleus of being in this company, and we're a very unique company. There's no question. I think that's why people either like us or hate us. But we got to give him a credit for he did come out and say something, just not to the frequency that we would have liked ourselves. And you know, let's face it, there's not a lot of other people stepping up and talking about it at all.
No, there's certain platforms, like, I will give it to him. But
would you have wanted, let's do this. Put yourself in his shoes. You know, you've got an interview with somebody and they start talking crazy decisions, you know, that Sepsiss has got to make, and we got a tour. We got a tour with somebody. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something right now, and you guys are going to remember this. Remember when we was on the tour with OTAP?
Yes.
Do you know how much shit we got for that?
Yes.
I never seen so many fans turn against us in one night.
Yep, people have opinions.
And that was because of her very strong opinion to her lifestyle and the way she communicates with people. Did I feel that it had anything to do with the way that I enjoyed her music or what we were going to accomplish on the event? No, I didn't. And she's not a criminal or anything like that. I don't want to make that perfectly clear. She was always really generous and awesome to us every time.
But some people have a different opinion.
And I was gonna say, and when I would meet people, I would meet people every now and then, and they would see our star sitting next to her logo,
right,
and they come out double barrel on me,
right,
ready to go, and about how much I support her, and I naively, I had to admit many times. I don't know. I'm not a very political guy.
Right.
I don't do a lot of religion. I like to talk about it. I don't like to fight about it.
Right.
I'm not on anybody's team.
Right.
I'm on my team, and I like a good conversation. But there are people that see her and go,
guilt by association.
Right, you're with her, you're with her.
I don't like her, so I don't like you.
And we've learned that in our company too.
Fact.
People that don't, people have been asking to get rid of me for a long time. And they get mad at Melissa when I'm not. So I do, the difficult.
Just won't learn.
The difficult conversation is always, and I think the most valuable part of these conversations for us at the table, doesn't really have anything to do with them. It has to do with us challenging ourselves and walking a mile in his shoes. And walking a mile in some of these other, because that's what we're always asking other bands to do. Hey, use your imagination. Imagine if you were Sepsiss. Hey, use your imagination. Imagine if you.
I appreciate your passion over it, and I understood where you were coming from.
Dude, me too.
I just didn't see it that way.
I still stand by it.
Okay.
And
I love you for that.
And you should. And you should. And you know what? If I'm playing, let me tell you something. If I book a show, and you find out that somebody on there is like assaulting people or
Right.
You already know. The first thing I do
You
is
guys-
tell
you
you.
let-
He's gonna bang him out. He ain't even
let,
tell you.
right, let me right.
He's gonna bang him out.
Tell
The
me.
first thing I do is I'll go to you and say, hey, this is going on, and
I'm gonna go bang this dude out.
and then go into what point? Say it goes to a point where me and you will have a disagreement. Not that this will ever happen, but if it comes down to it,
So
where
Johnny,
I
if you
have
didn't
to
want
play-
if you didn't want to play with a pedophile, we wouldn't play the show.
Right.
that's what I mean.
But that's
There you
me.
go. I
But that's me.
appreciate
But
that.
that's me.
Yeah.
But that's
That's
me.
all I ask.
That's me.
like,
But
if-
so,
if
so
you-
now I gotta be a dickhead. So I gotta ask another question. What happens if Will comes and tells you that you can be on either of two shows? Which one are you gonna choose? Are you gonna play the show opening up for Monuments? Or are you gonna play the show opening up for Marilyn Manson?
oh, definitely Monuments.
Okay,
all right.
What the fuck? Yo, that was ill. Hold on, I have smoked on that. I love
Because
that.
Monuments, I will say this. He did
Timestamp.
say something about it. I don't.
Hold on, it's
like
not
where-
Monuments. It's one guy.
No, well, yeah, but he's in the band though.
Yeah.
Come on, it's the same thing as you getting blamed for choosing to play the show
That's
with
true.
OTEP. You know what I mean? You're
That's
going
true.
to an OTEP.
Okay.
Well, you're
All
a
right.
dickhead then, Will. You
All
know what I
right,
mean?
no,
Like
all right,
whatever.
all right. No, you're right. You're
Like,
right.
I can't really support the way you went about it.
I wanna
still
see
stand
all
by
the
it.
I know.
rock-
I get it. I get it. I appreciate you.
Okay.
But-
Okay.
But someone like Marilyn Manson, if you're
You know what he is.
Fam. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do
I
it. No,
got
you
rid of
guys. You guys are
off
killing me.
all my music. I can't listen to that. If
You don't have
in
any bands
way.
that you like that are controversial, John? You guys are fucking
No,
weird to
if-
me.
if-
You guys are gatekeepers.
I will. You know what? I will.
Uh-oh.
Cancel. In
Hey,
the
man.
Johnny Impact world, if I find out some sleazy shit that you're up to, I will stop listening to music, no matter how
He's
much I
the
like
rock
the music.
cops. He's gonna
Listen,
kick
he
your
is
fucking
like-
door
Straight
in.
edge. He really is. I like
You
it.
really are,
like it,
bro.
man.
So I'm just saying, like, there are controversial guys in rock and roll with dark pasts.
Okay. Well, yeah, but there's a difference between a dark past and serial behavior. that's
Right? No,
continuing.
right.
You know what I mean? Like there's some real
Okay.
dirtbags in the music industry. We know that.
And some of them have been convicted by law, by the people.
Correct.
The people versus
Yeah.
the people. Okay, if you guys don't know, the people represent, neighbors and people that elect officials for the government to rule and hold court and hold meetings,
Yeah.
to preside on meetings, to decide guilt in the judicial system. And you have, you have the district, you have the state, you have the county,
There's plenty of
and you
people
have.
that haven't been convicted though that are still just as dirty. So
No, I'm just pointing out to everybody at home that some of these people, okay, like Charles Manson has a Spotify playlist.
Yeah.
He's got songs on Spotify
yes, he does.
because of the demand.
People,
But so when it comes to him, he's a folk hero. So
some
we
reason,
choose. But
yeah.
so we choose. I'm just saying, you got to make up.
That's cool, but that's the beautiful thing about music is no one else is me, and if you want to go down that hallway, and if you want to go and support people that do horrible acts, good for you, but I can't mess with you.
Johnny can't do it.
Stay
Okay,
on,
now-
stay
I'll
on
tell you
that
what.
side of the street.
I'm
You
not
already
right.
know is one thing, but now you got to come up with a new song. You got to Sepsiss do a song. No one else is me.
That sounds like a Sepsiss
That's
name.
heavy.
That sounds like
That's
a Sepsiss
really
song.
heavy.
That song right there. I like it.
Well, I, you know what? I'm allowed Johnny to stand on this one, man. You can't take it
Yeah.
away from
No,
him.
I love that about him.
Let's read this thing from Jared Dines because I think
Is that the headliner or is that the according to
it's
my
well, I don't know. What is it? It's just that last thing.
Uh,
I think we should just read it because it's good and we can just move
we
on.
we can, but the last thing was the main stage.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna try to
Well,
we're trying to get there.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
never make it.
Okay.
Do you want to do the Jared Dines thing? or
Yeah,
you
let's do it
wanna-
because I think it's good for everybody.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna listen to Monument later.
Okay. So this is the post from a creator and musician named Jared Dine.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Go ahead.
Boy, here we go.
No, we have to read the local band Smokeout thing. It's a must.
Yeah.
Okay, I
That's
just
why I asked if you wanted me to do
we
this
have to
or
just
that.
read the Jared Dines thing. We'll just read it and I'm gonna be quiet.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna read it.
It's never gonna work. Go ahead.
All right, so after spending 20 years, this is Jared, by the way. After spending 20 years of my life devoted to making a career in music and using social media, I can say a few things on it. posting content to get likes and stay relevant is shallow and unfulfilling. The excitement from all the views and likes lose meaning over time, and you'll find yourself just trying to chase the attention of others. But you'll never be satisfied. It will never be enough. You'll always want more and more attention. That stuff doesn't matter. What matters is having fun and making good memories with those around you. Put the phone down and live. Explore the world. Take it all in. Be there for those you love, and spend time sharing life with others. You don't need to let everyone know everything you are doing all the time. The truth is, nobody cares as much as you, and you are depriving yourself from living in the moment. In moderation, social media is a very powerful tool, but use with caution. It is a way to easily get trapped into thinking your importance is determined by the number of followers and likes that you have. And this is coming from someone with millions of followers and over 1 billion views of content I have made over the years. Likes, views, analytics, they don't validate you as a person. Who you are inside, making a life, doing what you love, is how you treat others. Is all that matters in the end. This is the time for artists. The pressure of being constantly active, always making new content, maintaining hype, posting daily or hourly updates on multiple platforms, always tweeting, filming, and taking pictures of everything you do and throwing it up on Instagram every day is so exhausting. Sooner or later, it's going to be too much for anyone to handle. That's why we see artists rise to fame overnight, then have a solid 3 to 4 year career, and then they disappear. This shit is exhausting on the mental. If you don't have a team to help you, you will never implode. Whether now or in 5 years or in 10 years, it will happen. I've had so many conversations with other creators like me who have been doing this for years, and 99% of them all say they are tired and need to take a break and fell out of love with making content because they are so overworked and burnt out. The joy is gone. It's been replaced by the algorithm machine that's never satisfied. In reality, we are living in a time where people's attention span is and has been wildly shrinking due to the internet constantly shoving entertainment in your face at every turn in order to make more money from advertisers. The more they can keep you scrolling, the more money they make. Good for the corporation, terrible for the artist. Slow down. Make art that is meaningful to you. Take your time and breathe. Everything will be fine. If your likes and views go down while you're working on something, great. Things that are worth doing take time. Things that last will take time to create. Be kind to yourself, and the ones that care will wait.
Is that it?
The end.
Right. Good night.
All right. I do want to. I can't believe I was able to be quiet that long. I've never been that quiet that long
I can't
ever.
believe you made it through that whole
I'm
segment,
dying.
dude.
My eyebrows are sweating. This thing's fucking killing me.
I even had some mishaps too, so I was like, oh shit.
Yo, so I don't know. I don't know if you can see the Sepsiss
Wow.
I do.
What did Sepsiss say?
Sepsiss said, and I quote, "This is the most valuable, highest ranking, authentic message and powerful post you have
All right,
ever
hold
made.
hold on.
Hands down."
Hold on. That's just Melissa writing a letter. Hold on. That's Melissa writing a letter.
That's good.
She put the no. Here's the thing. First, it's nice. I'll tell you what's nice about that. It's nice to hear him say that.
Right, because he's got all the stuff to back it up.
So it's nice to hear him say that.
Yep.
But sometimes but as she's reading it, like I know no bullshit. I get the feeling like he's trying to talk out future creators and competitors from coming into his lane.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like I know. I'm sorry. That's just my prison mentality.
No, I was gonna say there's some jailhouse shit though, but I that's
you know what I mean?
where I come from too, so I get it.
So I immediately get suspicious. So I don't know, but here's the other thing. I don't know how other people feel, but I used to chop wood in the prison yard.
That could be valid.
So I'm here, but hold on. This guy's talking about having this is tough work for him, and oh my god, and I need a back rub and all this other shit. For Sepsiss, we're big social media band. We love social media. This shit isn't hard work for us. We don't. We're having a blast.
I didn't take it that way either, but I do understand what he's saying.
All this woes me, you know. I just stop doing it then.
But
I'm jerking off every day. Every day I'm watching porno. It's fucking killing me. Shut the fuck up. Press the power button. No, hold on. You know, I'm surrounded by thousands of dollars worth of guitars and cameras. I'm just.
All right, so we'll come back to that on another episode too. But let's get to the main meat and potatoes.
I mean, there is a reason
I hear you.
5 minutes of 9, bro.
You know what the depressing part is? If you can't get the fuck up and press the power button.
Yeah, no, I get it.
All right, let's talk about local band Smokeout.
We don't have much time.
Okay.
So let's do it.
We got to do this.
So, local band Smokeout posted a post on their page about 4 days ago.
Oh, it's so great.
And it says this: What one mistake does every local band make?
Hold on. And before we even get into this, I know that seems like such an easy thing to talk about, but it's such a powerful question, and it's coming from a powerful place because local band Smokeout is actually a very authentic artery and pipeline of real underground bands that are trying to make it. The issue is there's a handful of bands in a lot of these groups that are trying to make it.
Yep.
Wait a minute. There's a problem here. That bands are trying to make it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There's a problem here. That there's bands in these groups that are trying to make it. Won't admit it.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
That's
So
the problem.
these bands that are trying to make it won't take the first step in admitting trying to make it. So the reason why we wanted to come on and read this, because it seems like a simple question, but it's not.
It's not.
It's band, and I love them for putting it up there because it's so reset style.
Yeah, yes.
It's really pushing on the construct, and it's really challenging the self-esteem and the lifeblood of how we feel about each other, how we feel about our dreams, and how we've been convinced to look down on ourselves for having one. Lexi, if you could, can you just read through what some of the bands themselves thought one bad thing that
Yeah, let's get some of these comments.
I want to hear what they said.
Should I say the name of the bands as
Nah,
well?
it's not important.
Okay.
Just say a band.
Yeah.
One of the comments was not having 1,374 bassists.
Okay, so let's go down the line. Let's go down the line.
Ouch.
Here's your opportunity. Local band Smokeout is actually a reputable, pretty strong ally in the underground scene. Here's a pretty good opportunity to say something important. Maybe they might do an interview with you or have you on the show again, or maybe they take maybe you say something so inspiring that they take another look at your Spotify, or that they play some songs of yours, but you missed the mark. Next.
The next one is not having an EPK or stage plot.
Okay.
That's a good one. I appreciate that.
I know you can dig that. It's organized.
Yep.
Another one is never leaving their scene and becoming stagnant.
That's another good one. I like that one too.
playing too many shows too close together within a small radius of their hometown.
That's another
Whoever
good
that
one.
is
That's a
fucking
good one.
brilliant.
I like that one.
Stop spreading yourself so thin. Me and JP talk about this all the time. In 2023, there's two things that William wants you to do. Stop begging for fucking encores. Stop fucking doing it. If you get booked for 40 minutes, play 35.
Yeah.
Stop. And that's the new cool thing, everybody. Bands don't do it anymore. Please, bands in New England. Please, bands that play with me. Stop begging the audience. If the audience is going crazy and they're ripping the bar fucking seats up and fucking beating each other and fucking on the carpet, then fine. Play Blacklight Invasion. but don't do it. And you know what I'm saying? Unless the bar is gonna make it so the bar's like, dude, do it. They're gonna fucking kill us.
Yeah.
Like, stop begging.
Yeah.
And stop playing shows with fucking 10 bands in it,
Yeah.
where you guys are requiring the fucking bands to watch each other. Stop doing that, trying to get out of draw. Book 4 bands and draw.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like both of those too.
Sorry. That's it. That's the only yelling I'm going to do tonight.
I have to also say this comment too, because this one kind of like breaks my heart. It says starting a band.
See, here,
That's a
again.
whiny bullshit.
Remember I said in the beginning that rock and roll reminds me of the boys' house in juvenile hall. So in juvenile hall, I learned this principle. They have boys' homes and group homes. I grew up in all that wild shit. And there was only a couple different things you could do. If there were the girls around, you could kiss them. If the boys around, you punch them. And you only had 2 types of emotion that floated around in the hallways, and it was anger and humor. Yeah. And there's something wrong with these immature band boys that they can't, even though Lexi said it a million times, having a small band is having a small business. The hardest thing to try to convince these bands, Will, is that they're trying to start a small business and they won't admit it.
They don't get it.
So here's your opportunity as a small business to once again to convey some other emotion, to convey some other type of career arc, to try to tell your story. Here's your opportunity. Here's your big fucking chance. It blows my mind at how many people will talk to us, and I'll say, hey, we got like 6,000 on Instagram. Together we got a couple public figure pages. Together we got a couple million reach, and I'll talk to a few bands, and they'll say something nasty to us, and I'll say, that's cool, but you. That's what you had. That's what you came. You had an opportunity. I'm the first band over 20,000 likes to give you a conversation, and now you waited this whole time, and you're taking this opportunity to tell a joke about your dream. So you said it in the beginning. When bands are like, why don't people take me serious? It's because we're watching you in the comment sections. I know there's bands out there that have got their fingers crossed that bands like me aren't watching to make a fool out of yourselves. But believe me, we are, because we watch every day on what type of behaviors to avoid.
For real.
For real.
And I'll say this, you even do this with your own staff. You reach out every week and you'll say, hey, to make sure where our mindset's at too.
Well, no, I do that because I love you guys and I care about you
well,
guys.
That too.
I don't give a fuck about them bands. They win or lose.
Another comment is jumping on every show instead of the right shows. You don't have to jump at every opportunity.
Mickey the Thrash Band wants to play with Daryl the Nazi and Jeffrey the Gangster Rapper. Guys, great shows are built around your audience. Yeah, that's why you guys, and that's why you guys are putting the pressure on each other. Like, if you play with a Sepsiss show, there's no pressure for bands to watch our band play. You can go pack up, you can go have a cigarette, you can go I'll tell you why we ask people to stick around. Because of the fans, dummy. Yeah, so we book this year. If you're in a band and you want to book with us from here until 2050, okay, this is what you're going to have to do. 2 things before you book with us. You're going to have to draw. You don't have to draw 1,000 people to a show. You're just going to have your band's going to have to draw. 5 bands and everybody puts 40 people in the building or 20 people leaving or whatever. You got yourself a pretty good rock and roll show. But guys, we're not trying to pack the Verizon wireless. But if you want to book with us from here on out, this should just be known. Booking with Sepsiss, if you're a band, means these 2 things. You're going to have to fucking draw. You're gonna have to fucking draw. That is something you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to get involved with our shows. You're gonna have to draw, and you can't beg for encores.
Yeah, no Stick with your time frame, please.
Right. But shows are about schedules.
Yeah.
You know, but she, you know, she pointed out the big weakness there, and that's that self-esteem, man. And that's we've been taught to take our dream and make jokes, and those are the only acceptable emotions. You can't be driven, you can't be passionate, you can't be excited about your business. You're this pioneer. You're trying to take on what, your neighbors? Or you know what I mean? Like, you should be trying to take on celebrities and giants and pushing corporations and proving to them of how powerful you are, proving to them, you know what I'm saying, you know, why you're spearheading the music revolution, why you should be the one, you know. But locals are too busy ass over tea kettle, you know, snuffing out each other's dreams. Let's get a couple more. We got to get out of here, I guess.
Another one.
Oh, let's read the Sepsiss one.
I was gonna ask if I could read that
Sure.
one.
I think it's important because you had something good to say too, Lex.
Thank you. Yeah. So Sepsiss says not having a website, a home. It's like not having an address and you're looking for employment.
That's an easy one. I've said it to bands for years.
Yeah, I don't get why people...
Like, you can hate everything about this program. My dreadlocks, your hat. You know, I'm going to blow some smoke. JP's going to yell in your ear.
Yeah.
Johnny's going to fuck your wife.
Yep.
All bad stuff's going to happen.
Yep.
But you know what's going to happen? You might, if you stick around and watch the whole thing, there might be something that you could honestly use. You know, if you hate my voice, that's okay. But steal the knowledge. Still hear the knowledge with that if you don't have a website, then you don't have a place where people can send a valid check.
You don't have a place that you can actually own.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did you have there? Because I like.
So the Metal Honeys podcast, which if you guys haven't followed yet, definitely please go follow it.
Is the plug. I love it. I was gonna see if she's gonna do it or not.
I'm the host of that. And my comment on the same post is lack of advertising, low self-esteem in underground rock and metal has encouraged the most invested musicians to behave like hobbyists. Instead of putting their investments and dreams first, prioritizing their fans, and treating their music and band like a small business, many are convinced that promoting your dream is weak unless you're a stranger or a celebrity.
Yeah, don't be embarrassed by your dreams.
Right.
Can you read that last part slowly for them? Because I want that to sink in. We got to split tonight.
Many are convinced that promoting your dream is weak unless you're a stranger or a celebrity.
I like to just end on that note because I think that is just a powerful place to be.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Thank
Once
you.
again, we appreciate you. See you next Wednesday.
Wednesday, let me.